Some property gurus in town, they only have 2 properties in their whole life and they talk as if they'll have 200 properties, okay?
But let's wrap this up for someone who wants to get into the property market, who wants to potentially buy, but maybe can't right now. Or he's thinking his finances are a bit tight because of COVID. How would you sum this up in our little discussion today? We'll start with Victor.
Again, no one size fits all. You need to know where you stand financially. And I'm a big advocate for financial literacy. So I would encourage you to understand what you're getting yourself into. If it's an aspiration, just know that aspirations can be realized now or it can be realized later. And everybody is different. So you want to see where you are, see what you can afford, then make a decision of whether to buy. Now, if you choose to buy, as Dato Seri said, choose something within a range that you can afford.
Okay.
I am a big believer in that as well. You do not want to kill yourself paying for financing every month, right? Now, if you realize that even after looking at all of that, you still cannot afford, no harm in renting. Like I said, there's actually an advantage to renting. If you're a young person and you work in the city, I miss this thing about being able to live close to where, not only where I work, but where I play. You know, the clubs, the pubs, the places where I hang out. If I can afford to buy or rent some place close by, and it's just a matter of me taking maybe a cab ride down to where I usually hang out, to me, there's a whole world of value there. You don't have to spend time in traffic jam, pay for tolls, pay for petrol, right? Then every day look and see whether the RON 95 has gone up or down. That becomes a major consideration for you. So yeah, you want to be able to enjoy your youth. You're only young once, right? And your young adult life shouldn't be bogged down with repayments only. It should be more than that. So and now with so many offerings available in places where you can work, the kind of jobs you can choose, I think that's where your focus should be. But again, the majority of Malaysians want to own a home. So yes, do pay time and attention to that, but get educated.
Right. Dato Seri?
Okay, so you started by introduction of our session just now by saying in 1957 it cost about 30 cents per square foot to buy land.
In PJ, yeah.
In PJ. So that's talk about for about 50, 60 years kind of things. So let's move on. Let's say maybe 10 or 20 years from today, would that condo of 500,000 ringgit still be 500,000 ringgit? Would you be able to continue to earn your 6,000 salary now to become a 16,000 ringgit salary?
Right.
In that 10 years.
Okay.
Would this still be 500k? If you believe that the property price, even let's say the double story, which is 500k now, will continue to still be 500,000 ringgit 10 years from today, then just rent.
Right.
Yeah. But if you take the whole and overall picture, think carefully. Would it still be 500k for the double story house? Okay, I'm just taking an example. So don't doubt me and say that, oh, I cannot find 500k house in PJ. See, you keep on thinking of all those areas. If you are from Klang, look at Klang. What's the problem? You mean Klang cannot find 500,000 ringgit houses? There are. Shah Alam don't have? There are.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I'm just taking it in the right context of where you are. If that your location you are staying and then the average pricing there, for example, is 750k, so be it. Take it 750.
Okay.
So okay, I'm taking 500,000. So if you think 10 years from today, that property price will not move at all.
Still 500,000.
Still 500,000. Then rent lah.
Right.
Rent for the rest of your life.
But that's what your mind. Yeah.
But if you think that it will still at least move on par, increase conservatively as per inflation of 4-5% of gradual increment, capital appreciation, it means the movement of the growth of the price for 10 years, then with the interest rate of today and foreseeably in the next 2 years, like what Victor says, that our interest rate, in fact, there could be another cut this year. But let's take an example of assuming that in the next 2-3 years, the interest rate still remains same or slightly higher or slightly lower. So it means financially, in terms of economics, it's worthwhile to buy. You should buy and own your own properties rather than paying your rental installments, paying a rental. You should be going towards paying installments itself. That's how the property works. So many people always have that mindset and say, If my parents 30 years ago accidentally bought that shop, which was only 950,000 ringgit at Petaling Street, today is already worth 3.8 million. I couldn't buy it today anyway.
Yeah.
But then you could have managed or were able to buy it, but you didn't. You chose not to buy. So I'm not advocating buy high. I'm not saying must buy now. I'm saying you look at the market condition now. No money for down payment. Let me tell you, the easiest thing in the whole world to buy now is your car and the first property directly from developer. That's the easiest. Close your eyes, your IC, understanding the whole product itself with a very, very minimal down payment. 1K, 2K, 5K. You can already sign your S&P already. This is the 99% of developers, what they are trying to package to help you. That's what I'm trying to say. Buying a car so simple, buying a property so simple. First property. And that's assuming, I'm just simplifying, I'm just exaggerating a bit, but simplifying and say that it is actually a very easy process to buy directly from developer now.
Right.
It's a little bit more complicated buying a sub-sale because you have valuation report, check a loan first, etc. and all those things. But when I say buy from developer, it does not mean there's no checking. You still do a very checking, but it's very easy. So it's not difficult, and don't overthink that I need that 26,000 ringgit cash upfront in order to buy that 300,000 ringgit of house.
Right.
All right, or the apartment. All right. So honestly, you don't quite need that already. You don't quite need that full 10% and plus, etc. That remember, if you are buying a new project, let me also highlight, it takes time to build. You see, the points that I give comes from a developer and a person who likes to buy property.
Right.
So I've been buying, I've been paying installment, I've been servicing loan, I've been paying progressive construction payment accordingly. If you buy a property now in year 2020, where the market is not so great, it's a buyer's market now, and next year, I still think it's still a buyer's market. The property only completes 3 years down the road. People don't build overnight the whole project. Sometimes the project takes 4 years to complete. If you still think 2024, the market is as bad or even worse than today, okay, go ahead and rent.
Yeah.
Remember, you are buying the property doesn't mean that even it's 420K, it doesn't mean today you're paying 420K.
Yep.
You're committing to a value of 420K of property, which as it goes in terms of construction, the economy has gone down, and property industry has gone down to a level where I think really comfortably, carefully, slowly, so plenty of choices. Pick the right one you're comfortable after many consultations, bankers, friends, and etc. That, as I said, so if I touch on that one, don't consult people who have never buy property.
Right.
If you want to buy property, consult people who have own a lot of properties.
Right.
If you go consult a person who want to do a cook, he doesn't know how to cook. All right, consult a chef how to cook.
Right.
All right, that's how it works. Even property gurus. Some property gurus in town, they only have 2 properties in their whole life, and they talk as if they'll have 200 properties. Okay? No, sorry, I sidetracked a bit. But I'm talking about this part. Go and see carefully. I buy this property, I get the key 4 years from today. I'm assuming that it's a new launch. It could be maybe 1 year after launching.
Okay.
A little bit of construction and move out. But still, you will know, 2023 or 24 or 25, 2025, you get the key. If it's still that bad in 2025,
Continue, right? Yeah, because it's a mindset problem.
So what I'm saying is that even if you're committed to this property, I'm not asking you to buy 6 property at one go. I'm not advocating like some gurus that say buy 3 at one go. No. So I'm saying that you know clearly why you buy it. So as it moves, this property market will continue to climb back. Even inflations, we're talking about interest rates, we're talking about world economy, etc. and all that. It will climb. The value of that 4,000 ringgit today is not going to be the same of the 4,000 ringgit 4 years from today. So different. So you 400, you are talking about discounted cash flow, we're talking about the value today, net present value itself. What is the value? 4 years down the road, you buy the 420K. Today is only how much?
Yeah.
So remember, new property, I'm just saying from the angle, I'm just taking one example. New property takes 4 years to construct. Come on.
Yeah.
You have all the time to get yourself ready. And the payment from the bankers are released progressively, not one shot. Even though, example, 420K, assuming you take a 400,000 ringgit loan, you don't service the full loan amount of the few thousand ringgit right from the first day. Because the bank only releases progressively as per the construction stage. You need service depending on arrangements. Some developers even absorb it already anyway, but that's the ABS, but depending how they structure. But the ABS is not allowed anyway. But some developers have a way of structuring. So when they release 50K, 80K, so it accumulates. That's the amount that the bank has released. So you only service interest for those amounts that you have released. So please remember, if you buy 420, doesn't mean tomorrow onwards you are servicing the loan until the next 48 months for the full amount. It takes time gradually. Yes, job security, one side. If you don't have a job, please don't think about it. Get yourself stabilized. It's all about mindset, about lifestyle, your expectation. Stabilize, move on with it. If you don't have any property, rent it first.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Glad you liked it. Now, if you want to check out a full discussion on all our other episodes, click right here. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.